She's been kind of a revelation for us.
مناسك الآن تتقدم بقوة، مناسك هي في المركز الأول، مناسك إذن هي بطلة بطولة الأوكس الإماراتي.
She came late to the UAE. A bunch of horses for Al Rashid's stable came at that bunch of 2-year-olds. She was originally with Ahmed bin Harmash and came to me about a month before she ran the first time. And she came in great shape. I mean, Ahmed did a great job with her to get her to the point where we just had to work her a couple times and run her. I think breeding in general, top and bottom, help out. I think she has some turf pedigree on the dam side, but you know, the top side was, you know, probably the major part in her. She's a really small filly. If you've taken some pictures of her or anything, she's really small in stature. She's put together very well, like a dirt horse, but she's very tiny height-wise, you know, and so it was, you know, you didn't really know if she was going to take to it when she first started, but once she ran, you knew everything was that she was a racehorse. But yeah, the dirt is definitely in both sides of her pedigree. She's a bit tricky in the morning. Pat gets on her every day now. Pat Dobbs, who rode her in the race, he does a nice job with her. She's a bit tricky, and she's really light, and part of the problem with her gait, you know, breaking slowly, was that she's real light in her mouth, and you just kind of have to leave her head alone when she breaks, and she'll, you know, and she's the same way out there when she trains. She's very aggressive, and we don't do a whole lot with her now, you know, especially since she's run a couple times, and we don't do very much with her in the morning. She canters about just over a mile every day, works once a week, and that's what we'll keep doing until probably World Cup night. She broke poorly, obviously, her first start, and then just came around the whole field. I thought the race was over after the gates opened, and then we were all kind of a little bit taken aback how well she won. And then when we came back, we knew where we were going. We were going to the Guineas after that. We gave her 6 weeks to get to that point. Worked with her at the gate a little bit, but the problem was that we got the COVID here, you know, in the stable, and we were kind of under quarantine, and the jockeys weren't coming in to be able to break her out of the gate. So we were having to do it with the work riders, who did a nice job, and the gate crew did a nice job. But you really need the people that are going to be riding her in the races to get a feel for her out of the gate. And you know, she broke poorly again in the Guineas and ran on very strongly, but Soft Whisper was gone before that, you know, she had a chance to get into the race. So after that, we were opened up as a stable. The COVID we had tested negative, and the jockeys were allowed back in, and the gate crew here do a fantastic job helping us out to fix problem horses, and Shane Ryan and his crew do a fantastic job, and really appreciative of that.
I run the barn, I make sure all the horses are well in themselves, and if there's any problem I relate it back to Doug. She's very nice, yeah. She was a bit nervy at first when she first came, but she's obviously got used to being here now, and she gets spoiled. I think fillies like being spoiled.
إذا سيداتي أنساتي سادتي ينطلق الشوط الرابع الآن. تنطلق بطولة الأوكس الإماراتي في سباق من الفئة الثالثة لجروب 3 هنا في مسافة 1900 متر أو 9.5 فورلونج. هذا الشوط المخصص للمهرات فقط، أي لعمر ال3 سنوات، بمشاركة 7 مهرات قوية بكل تأكيد ستتنافس بكل شراسة على لقب هذه.
The plan was to, well, we weren't going to go forward. We were just going to let her run where she was happy early because we know she comes home nicely. Pat said when she was in behind, if you look probably when she was in behind a couple, maybe sitting fourth at the time, the kickback she wasn't enjoying it too much. So Pat did he's a very good rider, and he just took her out a little bit from the kickback, and then he felt that, okay, I got the filly underneath him.
على السياج الخارجي أيضا التواجد لخاتون مع إليوني تشافيز. لا سانست أيضا يتواجد مع فرانكي دي توري في المركز الثالث. المركز الأخير نايفة مع ريان كوراتولو. لا زلنا في بداية هذا السباق وبالتالي ستتغير هذه المراكز. ننتظر أن تكون المنافسة شرسة وقوية جدا في بطولة الأوكس الإماراتي. من سيظفر بلقبها يا ترى؟
When she was going to turn into the straight, you could see the two of on her inside kind of pushing, and she was sitting there with a double handful. So we were pretty confident at that point. But, really nice filly, and really glad for Al Rashid Stable. They've invested a lot into racing in Dubai now, and it's nice to see him get a result like that.
نذهب إلى الخط المستقيم. شاهد مناسك يا سلام على الانطلاقة الصاروخية، شاهد السرعة الكبيرة، شاهد الاندفاع القوي. مناسك يا سلام مع باتريك دوبس هي في المركز الأول. المهرة مناسك تنطلق بقوة، تنطلق كالرصاصة، تنطلق كالقذيفة، تنطلق بسرعة خيالية. يا سلام يا مناسك مع باتريك دوبس. مناسك الآن تتقدم بقوة. مناسك هي في المركز الأول. مناسك إذن هي بطلة بطولة الأوكس الإماراتي. يا سلام على هذا الانتصار، يا سلام على هذا الأداء، أداء ولا أروع من جانب مناسك مع باتريك دوبس. انتصار جميل جدا. الناموس والتهنئة لإسطبلات الرشيد وللمدرب دوغ واتسون. باتريك دوبس على ظهر مناسك هو بطل هذا الشوط. مناسك المهرة الجميلة والسريعة هي من فازت بالشوط الرابع، هي من فازت ببطولة الأوكس الإماراتي.
We didn't really know how she would take kickback because she really never had it. She broke so poorly on both occasions that she was able to stay out of it. But when she drew one, it wasn't probably our ideal gate because we didn't know how she would take to it. It wasn't too bad, but she didn't get real aggressive until she was out of the kickback, and then he knew that she was full of run. Just when he took her out, just a little bit out of sight of it, you could just see her move up a lot easier. It's not nice getting hit in the face with sand. So, and she's still it's only the third race of her life, so she will get used to it. But I thought he did a nice job riding her that way, and the way she went away with him was pretty exciting. Obviously, you saw the other night, she broke on terms with everybody, which gave her a lot better chance to run the race she did. And Soft Whisper wasn't here, which helped a little bit, but to her credit, she did it really nicely, and she won by about 7 lengths, I think. So, she deserved a big race win like that.
Yeah, well, she ran. She's been getting a little bit left in the gates the first 2 starts, but this time she jumped well with them and travelled easier. So, yes, she won well. But I think jumping out the gates helped her quite a lot. Oh yeah, amazing! It's brilliant, and all the groom look after her, and it's a big team effort, and so everybody was really happy and shouting for her.
Never to jump. No. At this point, she has one race left in Dubai, and that's possibly the UAE Derby on World Cup night, and then she'll be going to America and pursuing her career over there. got the pedigree to be a nice broodmare. She's a little on the small side, but she's got a beautiful pedigree. For a Empire Maker is a broodmare sire in America, like really good broodmare sire. So we'll see what she does afterward. You know, if we can get her to the race and run a nice race on World Cup night, we'll be sending her back, and I think Super Chianti will probably be going back to America. Our time with them over here is done then. But she's been real. You know, I'm just real excited about what she's done so far, and I'd love to see her run into the placings. Maybe even if you know, you can always dream. She's a nice filly that if she got the gaps and you know, just one more race of experience that she's had, who knows? You never know on the night.
Manasek out by 5-6 lengths over last sunset. Then El Maroon, Naefa is down the outside, but Manasek better at the start, brilliant at the end, is going to thrash them in the UAE Yokes. If Manasek, not let off the bridle by Dobbs, is going to race away and win by 7 or 8 lengths. Manasek easily over Naefa.
I'm on a WhatsApp group with all of them, and they seem really excited. And you know, like I said, they're investing a lot of money and time into bringing horses here to race in Dubai, which is fantastic. We need as many new owners as we can get here, and they've been around for a little bit, but they've taken a big leap over the last couple of years and put a lot of horses in Dubai and in the UAE to race. And it's just really nice to see owners that, you know, come over here and try to put some horses in and have some fun, have some nice results.
I think with fillies, especially when they've won an Oaks, she's going to probably go on for breeding, so you always think they're going to end up with a nice home.
We had a really rough end of December and all of January, and everybody stuck together and worked very hard. You know, I'm appreciative of everybody that works here, from the grooms that had to do the quarantine to the riders that had to get up an hour earlier to come into work. And you know, I think any stable, when they have a nice win, you know, we also won without Tariq later, which was fantastic. Both owners were from Kuwait, so that was good. You know, every time you have a nice winner, it's uplifting to everybody. You know, everybody works hard.